expectations are high. We all know the brother could play. We just look for him in big moments. But we see what they've got available with them. Josh Jacobs coming out of the backfield. Jordan Love is supposed to be that dude now. Okay, you got this kid Matthew Golden that's supposed to be a stud. Romeo, where art thou, Romeo Dobbs? He's on the spot. Okay, you've got a crew. Kraft is good at your tight end spot. You're looking at this Green Bay Packers team. Although you look at Philadelphia and Detroit as being teams potentially standing in the way. Green Bay is right in the mix now. They got Super Bowl aspirations. You do everything you can to put yourself in prime position to make sure you can deliver.
Play him. Unleash the beast. This is a guy that I've heard you say, like one of the most physically talented people you've ever seen. He calls himself the Lion. Unleash him. What do we trade him for? Or what do we trade for him if we're just going to... Are we saying sit him because you're concerned about practice and his, ability to get up to speed or because of the back?
First off, I didn't say sit him. I said play it smart. Right? I say you got to understand what he can do.
And that's because of practice and getting up to speed with what they do or because of his back?
Well, combination of his back and the fact that he hasn't been practicing, because I've heard Dan Orlovsky say on many, many occasions in the past, if a cat hasn't been out there practicing and getting himself in football shape, you might want to be a
and you heard it from Dan Orlovsky.
I've heard it from Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah, you're a great listener.
Damn right.
You're a great listener.
Damn right.
You know what? You know what you don't know, and you are brilliant.
That's right.
Because you listen to those who are.
Because I listen to those who know. And I steal it from y'all. Y'all teach me football. I get it from y'all.
Yeah.
That's why I love. I'm waiting for you to say stuff like
You're in the corner right now.
I got the tape. And I think I've proven I watch y'all. You understand what I'm saying? How many times am I I see you everywhere.
Yeah. So you think
taking on the double team.
You think we don't want to play him because of his back, but 5 or 6 days later, let's get him on the field. The back is gonna resolve itself in a week?
No, I didn't say the back. I said that he hadn't been practicing.
He plays defensive end. Go get the ball, quarterback.
The combination, you can pull a hamstring, anything happen.
Here's my thing.
Make sure you
Hey, I say play it smart.
Who's the best division of football?
The North.
Yeah. So the Vikings went what? I think 14-3.
They were 14-2 before they nosedived the last two games. The last game regular season.
14-3. You gotta let go of that. You gotta Elsa that thing.
I mean, they got their ass kicked, and y'all.
All right, Elsa. Let go of it.
Sam Darnold.
So you mean to tell me?
Your guy.
So the Vikings are 14-3. The Lions are 15-2. The Bears should be significantly improved. We're just gonna say, hey, we traded for this guy that's a generational talent, ridiculous football player, defensive player of the year candidate. Let's sit him because he hasn't been practicing in a divisional game.
Yeah, you keep talking that way. When you have a discussion for me, you can turn this way.
But you said sit because you said play it safe.
So what do you think? Is one game? Tell me, is one game going to make a difference? Honestly,
my thing is play it safe based on the evaluation of his back, right? Because the thing is this: if you signed him to a 1-year deal. If Michael Parsons was on some sort of deal that allowed him to re-up after this season, if he was playing on the tag, then that's a different thing. Everybody has a different motivation. This motivation is about winning a Super Bowl. And it's not just about winning this Super Bowl. It's about trying to get to another Super Bowl in the 5 years that you have him signed for a landmark, historic deal for a non-quarterback. And so my thought is this. If Michael Parsons is struggling with the back, if the back is a little tight, let's use him in passing situations. Let's use him in 2 minutes. Let's use him in the red zone. Let's use him on 3rd down. Because what this does is allows him to get acclimated without having the extensive training camp time that the rest of the people have had, and he gets to do exactly what you said, which is go get the quarterback.
Your vantage point isn't specific to just the Lions game. It's like the start of the season, easing him into the start of the season rather than just. So you're saying play him, but maybe not 80 snaps.
And that's what I'm saying. If his back is fine, play him as much as you want to. I'm not worried about that.
Let me see it,
right? Because what happens is if his cardio isn't where it needs to be, he's not a quarterback. He gets to say, hey, sure, get me out. And so, but my thing is, if Michael Parsons playing more snaps, if Michael Parsons being on the field somehow puts him in a position where you can hinder who he is for the rest of this season, that's not smart football if I'm just trying to prove to people, look why I got this Lion because we're playing the Lion.
Final word, essay.
No. I'm leaving it to them. I got it. I heard where I stand. I'm not thinking about just the back. I'm thinking about the fact that he hadn't been practicing. Matter of fact, we saw him walk into a couple of preseason games, eating nachos, chilling. You understand?
You saying his body fat high?
I'm just trying to say. I'm just saying anything. Listen, we've seen non-contact injuries take place in football all the damn time. All I'm trying to say is make sure you're ready to go. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Make sure you're ready to go. That's all. It's not a big deal.
We got to toughen him up a little bit.
All right, leaving it there, guys.
Sky high on Jordan Love this season.
He's my MVP pick. It's time. What is this year now? 5, year 6 for Jordan Love? Organization did something they haven't done in 20-plus years. They took a first-round wide receiver, Field Yates, not a lateral comparison, but said Matthew Golden, who they took out of Texas, reminded him a lot of Steve Smith. So this is arguably the deepest skill group in the NFL. 5 or 6 legit NFL wide receivers, 2 really good tight ends. Jordan Love's crazy talented. This has been an offense that pass game-wise has been like relatively efficient, but hasn't necessarily had the volume. If I'm Matt LaFleur and I got Micah Parsons on the other side, I'm chucking the heavens out of the football this season and saying be aggressive. This is a quarterback that has all the physical ability to get it done. He has to take that big
And you talk about marrying that, too, with one of the better run offenses in the league last year, who runs the ball over 50% of the time. So, yeah, I hope they take the governor off. I hope he has a big year. I love the MVP pick because the Packers are my Super Bowl pick.
You're talking about how deep they are at wide receiver, and they still have some wide receiver questions coming into the season. Christian Watson is out. We're not sure when he'll be back. Jayden Reed hasn't practiced recently, didn't practice yesterday. Matthew Golden is still a first-round draft pick who hasn't played in an NFL game yet. And right now it seems like Romeo Doubs might be their number 1 wide receiver going into the season. We'll see what Matthew Golden can do.
And I guess the question is, what does Micah Parsons bring to this team, both on the field and in, like, it feels to me like if I'm a player on that team and I see my organization go out and make that trade a week before the season starts, I'm thinking to myself, this is our year, right? This is Super Bowl or bust in Green Bay.
Yeah, absolutely. You go out and, just like Dan said, they go and get a wide receiver the first time in over 2 decades.
Right.
You go and you sell the whole farm to go get a talent like Micah Parsons.